Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Now, I don't know when. Where is it now? Sorry about that. So, so I don't know if you're in a Sunday or you're in a Monday. So I'm not sure what part of the world you're in. So let me know in the comments where you are, because I'd love to know where you're watching from. Now, tonight's broadcast is absolutely going to be mind blowing. I think you're going to love it. And I'm just going to wait for HP to come online and we're going to get started. And we should be blasting off at around about into this tonight's presentation about 5 or 6 minutes from now. So how are you? Can you hear me? That's the main thing. Can you hear me? And where are you watching me from? Let me know in the comments. Now, today's broadcast really is for people that have already joined Aurum and want to take their business to the next level. When I watched HP do this the very first time round, when I watched him and I had this call with him, I was absolutely blown away. And I think you're going to love this one. It's not like the one we did last week. And yeah, loud and clear. Thanks for joining us. So let me know where you are as well, please. I'm just going to check now what's going on over here, because we're going to be going live any moment with HP's, and I'm just checking to make sure he's coming online. So let me know where you are. Where are you hearing me from? I'm in London. It's been a beautiful day today. Beautiful day. We went not to Kew Gardens. Where did we go? Oh, the Wetlands Centre. Lovely lakes and lots of wild animals there. The kids loved it. So let's just see what's happening here. So, and if you've got any questions, remember to come over to the Telegram group and ask your questions inside there, because that's the place where we all connect. And I'm loving this business so far. Welcome from Texas. What's the time there in Texas, United States of America? Our friends across the pond there. What time is it there? I mean, we're coming up for 8 o'clock in the evening, Sunday evening. And I think you're probably, now, you behind us, 8 hours behind us? I forget now. It's a long time since I was in the States. But, and let us know what the weather's like in Texas. It's 1:58 p.m. Oh, cool. Nice. So a good time of the day for you. It's a Sunday afternoon for you. So lovely time of the day. Myself, as I say, I went to the Wetlands Centre today with the kids. The kids loved it. I'm rambling a bit because I'm waiting for HP to give me the thumbs up to say he's ready. And then I'll plug you into him. Chicago, the Windy City. That's Chicago. I think that's what they call it, the Windy City, if I remember rightly. We was in Chicago about, what would be 10 years ago now, because we went to New York, and then we got the train. Actually, we went to Philadelphia, and another time we went to Chicago, Boston, and got the big lake there, isn't it, in Chicago, if I remember right. It's as I say, it's about 10 years ago since I was there. But the Windy City, I remember that much. That's as much as I do remember. And I think HP is going to be ready shortly. So it's 76 degrees. We do that. I don't know what that is because we work in Celsius here, or Fahrenheit, I suppose. I don't know what that is. Ipswich, sunny Ipswich. Hey, what's the weather like up there? Because I don't know if it's anything like it's been down in London lately. It's been absolutely terrible here. Today was a beautiful day, I must admit. Sunshine was out, a little bit of a crisp in the air, but I like that time when it's got a bit of a crisp in the air, I must admit. And as I say, we went to the Wetlands Centre. And I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a centre down here just outside Kew Gardens. Kew Gardens is where I live. And it's got lots of rare, birds there that they've clipped the wings so that because they breed them there and they don't want them to fly away. And then they're going to reproduce, reintroduce them into nature, the offspring that they produce, because some of them are on the danger list, and so that Wetland Centre is absolutely fantastic. It's massive. There's about 6 or 7 lakes there, not on the scale of the Windy City Lake there. But certainly a nice sized lake that's well, there's lots of them. There's 5 or 6 lakes there. It's beautiful. It really is. And there's lots of wildlife, and they give you binoculars for the kids to look through, and they got these bird huts and everything like that. But I don't want to ramble too much about my day. What's your weekend been like? Let me know what your weekend's been like. I'm just waiting for HP to give me the thumbs up to say he's ready to go, which I think is going to be in the next minute or so. So I'm sorry to ramble, but rather than me ramble, you'd have to sit me sitting here looking like this. So I'll ramble. And what's it like in Justin? What's it like in Ipswich at the moment? What's the weather like up there? It's a massive British subject, you know, the weather. And I think we're almost ready. We're almost ready. So let's just see. Bear with me. And then what I'll be doing, I shall cut myself off and put HP in on the go. There, let me just see how he's doing. Dee-dee-dee. I'm just waiting for the thumbs up to come, and then we'll be cracking on. Sorry if the adverts come up. I keep meaning to switch that off when I do the live broadcast, so maybe I can do that now while I'm waiting for HP, because we don't want adverts to be running. So let me go into my YouTube studio, go to the content, go to the live, and switch off the adverts, and then we'll be ready to go. So we're going to go live. He's playing a bit of music at the moment, but I don't want to play the music on my YouTube channel, because what it does, it ends up getting me a strike, you know, and I don't want to do that. Um, so I want to wait until the music introduction's finished. He's playing a little bit of a song at the beginning of his broadcast, and if I play that song, sometimes YouTube doesn't like it, and I get a copyright thing going on. So I'll just wait for that to finish out. Maybe you can hear it. I've got it down really low, so you might pick it up. I'm just waiting for that to finish, so and then we'll be ready with the live. So it's great to see that so many of you have come to join us tonight. Or today, or the afternoon if you're in Texas. But you're going to love this broadcast. And I start them off. I get in first, and sort of make sure everybody's here. Now, what you should be doing with this broadcast, you should be inviting people that you want to introduce into Aurum. And remember that nobody can join Aurum without an invitation. So, and I don't have any links around this video while I'm broadcasting live with, promoting myself or promoting anybody else, you know, my wife or anything like that. So if you want to invite people to these broadcasts when we talk about Aurum, and all of the broadcasts that I'm going to be doing, including the ones with Johnny Blockman, I'm not going to be putting my affiliate link anywhere. I'm not going to be putting any links on these broadcasts, and you won't find any links below, you know. So while we're broadcasting live, so if you want to bring guests along, then you know these broadcasts are perfect for that. You really want to do that because this helps you to introduce them to this business. And really, this presentation tonight is mainly geared for people that are already inside Forum and that want to take their business to the next level. So I'll just wait for this song to finish, and then I think we'll be ready to go. I've seen it before. Some not bad day really. 15 degrees. Yeah, yeah. It's a good. Yeah, it's good. Been good weather. 76 degrees. My God, that's hot, isn't it? In there. Audio is not working properly. Yeah, that's because there's music in the background. Let me shut that down. Is the audio? What are you having? I think that would that be Steve then. Steve, can anybody does anybody have a problem with my audio? Because at the moment I've got another window open, and that's going to have the broadcast from HP on. And at the moment there's a song playing. I don't want to play that on my YouTube. So let me know if you can hear me okay. And if we want, let's have a look what we've got here. Let's just have a look. We've got this guy from Texas. This one is London, the same as me. This one says loud and clear. So they're hearing me. Let's see. This one, Chicago. Sunny Chicago, the Windy City. And where else we've got? So audio not good. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay, let me know if you hear me okay, and that everything's all right. And then we'll be ready to get rock and rolling any moment. I'm just waiting for the song to finish because I don't really want to broadcast the song. So here we go. I think we're ready now.
Well, oh dear. There we go. Pressing too many buttons too fast. Good afternoon, good evening, and for one gentleman I know, very, very good early morning. It's 3 a.m. and thank you for setting your alarm to get up. So well done to you. And on a Sunday evening, I do my best to give some insights and some tips and hints to help you develop your business. Particularly beneficial for our new guests, our new people that haven't been involved with us. We have a number of Zooms that are done and conducted every day. I'm doing between 3 and 5 Zooms a day, Monday to Thursday. I tend not to do them Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday evening like this, I do one. So that's a fair enough commitment. It's part-time, but it's a good 20, 25 hours hard work every week. And that's the level of commitment I give to the business. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to welcome all of you here for the first time. You are new guests, maybe new to the industry. And it takes a little bit of time to establish some knowledge about the industry, not only about this company, not only about our products, not only about our comp plan, but about the industry, about the direct selling industry. And it's been very good to me this last 20, 27 years or so. I've been able to make a good living from it. But I do it part-time, and I think 25 hours is part-time. If you check how much screen time you use on your phone, go and check that, and you'll find out you're probably spending more time on your phone than you are in your business. Most people spend more time watching television. I don't know how to turn on TV. If you come into my house and say, I want to watch a game of football, can you turn on the television for me? I wouldn't know. Okay, I know how to turn it on, the red button, and then it comes on, but I don't know how to get it to the channel you need. I don't understand it at all. I don't watch TV. So I would watch if I had time, one of the talent competitions. I like the talent competitions, the singers or the music and that type of stuff. But I don't watch movies or soaps. The last movie I watched was Jaws. I don't know when that was. Years and years and years and years and years ago. Anyway, so with that said, and I was told on a Zoom on a presentation like this not to watch television. It's just polluting your mind. I learned that in the industry. A mentor of mine was on stage talking, and that's one of the things he said. Read books, spend time developing yourself personally, but don't watch television, don't listen to the radio. That's all nonsense. And I just adopted that away back then, and it seems to have worked. If I go into your TV room and you're watching TV, I said, well, how much money do you make watching television? And they look at me and go, what? How much money are you making watching television? Nothing. It's all right. And I walk out, and I'm just supplanting that idea in the kids' minds, and they're sitting on the phone all day. And I say, how much are you making on your phone? When you're watching social media, you're not making anything. Well, my kids have now changed, and most of them are involved in this business, and they're now working on social media towards finding customers for this business. And I'll show you some of that stuff later. But anyway, let's get underway and get some training done. That's what's important. So here we go. Thank you for attending this training. We do this to support our new members, our new guests, and you're very welcome to come and return and as often as you wish and as often as you need to refresh the training. I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to learn anything from me tonight unless you take the information and give it out to somebody else. That's the secret. So the training comes in you training somebody else, not in listening to me. And that's something I learned as well many, many years ago. I was going to this seminar, and a great seminar, and I was taking notes. Oh, that's fantastic. Wow, wow. Now I've got the secret. And then 2 months later, I went to another seminar. It was a different speaker, and he was talking about the same subject, covering most of the same things. He said it a little bit different, but I went, wow, yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I've kind of heard that before. And then the next time, 6 months later, I was at an event, another speaker was covering it, and I go, God, he's saying the same thing. They're all saying the same thing. And I went, how does this work? And I realized unless I was able to train, unless I was able to tell somebody, then I internalized it, then I memorized it. And that's what we do at school. We go to school, we get 35, 40-minute class, and we do about 6 or 8 of them in a day. And then tomorrow we do the same 5 days a week for about 8 months of the year. And then at the end of the season, we get an exam. And that exam is to take what's in here and put it back out. Do you remember that? You're taking all that knowledge. Now it was in the final crux. You know, wow, how do I pass this exam? I have to memorize. I have to think what the question. I've got to be able to answer this. And I want you to think of your history in this industry as lots and lots and lots and lots of great orators, great speakers, great trainers, great mentors. But start accumulating your own library of material, your own information. If you find a golden nugget in tonight's training, just take that down and start using it. Start adopting it as part of one of your skills. Start building a repertoire, building a library of things that might help you develop in the industry. And what I suggest everybody do is go and get yourself a diary. Lots of people don't have a diary. They say, why do I need a diary when I've got a phone? Well, phones are no good for this business. So I think you need a diary because you've only got 2 months left in the year. And if you work hard in these 2 months, you will set the foundation for a very, very successful 2026. And what you need is you only need November and December part of the book. And therefore, the front end, January to October, is all empty because you haven't used it. And you use that for taking notes. So you write down tonight's date, training, and then you take your notes in that section. And when you go to another meeting, maybe it's the CEO speaking, I'll take down some notes. And then you hear from somebody else, take some notes and start formulating your whole category, your whole repertoire that will help you and help others develop your organization, because that's what it's about. So if you're only an investor and this training won't be much good for you, because an investor has nothing to do here. All they have to do is learn how to deposit and learn how to withdraw. So that's clicking a couple of buttons. So this training is designed for those that are more keen on learning a little bit about the system and about how to develop a large organization, because there's only 2 ways to make money. Your money makes you money, or other people make you money. That's the only 2 ways to make money. There is no other way. Your money makes you money. You've heard that. Oh, it's okay. He's got money. Those rich guys, they can make money because they can buy property. They can buy gold. They can buy art. They can buy assets. They can buy businesses. So money makes you money. But if you don't have any money, how do you make money? You have to use other people. And when I say use other people, in the right context, because Tesla uses other people. Your boss uses you. He uses your 40 hours to build his goals, to build his dreams. And he pays you as little as he can to get as much out of you as he can. And you do as little work as you can to get as much out of him. It's not a very good system. But this system of direct selling, of relationship marketing, is the most fairest, honest, best system in the world, most successful. There's more millionaires made in this industry than any other industry, better than the oil business, better than real estate. There's been more millionaires created in this industry. And therefore, you need to become a student of that if today's your first introduction to this, because I was introduced to this about 27 years ago, this idea. And I think when anybody gets the idea, it stays with them for life. It's incredible. I think it's when we saw that 3, 9, 27, or in the old days, it used to be 5, 25, 125. When we understood leverage, we went, wow, I love that. So, and I think everybody's has aspirations to try and reach those lofty goals and building large teams, and and it comes over time. It comes with making mistakes. You have to fail to succeed. That's the sad thing. You have to fail. And you say something to somebody and they say no to you, you have to learn how to deal with rejection. That's the hardest thing. It takes you out of the game. You ask 3 customers to look at this and they don't join you. You think, wow, it doesn't work. Well, of course it works. Of course it works. We know people that it's working for. We know people that are having major success in a few months. Even my own kids are having major success. They're not on this Zoom. They don't come to my trainings. They don't come to my Zoom, but they're having success in a different way, and I'll talk about that in tonight's training. So let's get started, and let's plan your success starting from today. And obviously, we want to go in an upward trajectory. We want our accounts to grow. We want our rank to grow. We want our team to grow. We want our bank balances to grow. But nothing will grow unless you grow in here, right? So training yourself for success is very, very important. And the more you have in here, the bigger your bank balance will be. And that is a fact. So I want to give you some tips for success, just to guide you, to help you. You might find 1 or 2 things I say in the whole seminar that would be something that would just change your business like that. I remember going to a seminar and a guy said one thing, and I, oh my goodness, that's what I need. And that just changed my whole attitude, my whole feeling, my whole understanding, my whole appetite to move. So what I found is that people need 3 things to be successful. They need a burning desire to be successful, a real passion, a real hunger to be successful. You need to kind of trick yourself into thinking you need this business like you need oxygen. And that's what I do. When I hear about something, I absorb it. I'm on every Zoom. I don't miss a meeting. I don't miss a beat. I'm on every webinar I possibly can be on. I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm at every event, absorbing, becoming a sponge, because that gives you you've heard the expression that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. When you become knowledgeable in your field of expertise, and we've got lots of things to become knowledgeable here. Knowledgeable in handling people, dealing with people, knowledgeable about onboarding customers, knowledge about cryptocurrency, knowledge about AI, knowledge about this whole platform. But when you have knowledge gives you power. So you've got to have this burning desire to be successful. That's the first ingredient you need. And there's a number of ways to build that appetite. You kind of have to see success and live as though you have that success. You've heard the statement, fake it till you make it. So you've got to just change your whole attitude, change everything, and people notice something different about you. Hey, you're looking good, or hey, you're looking a bit cocky today. What's going on? Well, I've got a very successful business I just launched last week, and I'm very excited about it. You've got what? I've got a very exciting business I just launched last week, and people are getting excited about it. Well, how does the business work? Well, I don't really have time to tell you, but here's what I'll do. If I were to send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it for me? Yeah, certainly. Send me the link. Yeah, absolutely. Send me the information. So there's one way of talking to people without saying Brian Benson, robots, AI, trading algorithms. Like, people don't understand that when you speak to them. You have to speak in a normal, and you have to get confidence in what you have. You've got the ticket here. You've got the surprise. Everybody you meet wants what you have. And you've got to believe that. Everybody you meet wants what you have. And it's up to you to decide to allow them to have it. It's up to you to decide to allow them to have what you've got. So whilst I can teach you how to build a successful business, that's easy. But it's little of importance unless I know why you want to build it. Yeah, this is the crux of the matter too. So the first thing you need is a burning desire to be successful. The second thing you need is willing to learn. You've got to be willing to learn. Now, all of you guys are, because you're here. But guess who needs that statement? Everybody in your team who's not on here tonight, not willing to learn. They're taking the camel for a walk. They're washing the budgie. Yeah, they're they're out scratching the dog. They're taking the daughter to piano lessons. There's lots of ways to get the daughter to piano lessons. They're not prioritizing their business. They're not willing to learn. Oh, I was on last week. I heard it all. Oh, did you? Can you give the training that I'm giving now, word for word? Unless you can do that, you need to be here. You need to be learning. How do you learn a song? Can you listen to a song once and repeat it? Not a chance. You got to listen and listen and listen and listen and try a little bit and try another little bit and try another little. Oh, practice, practice, and then off you go. Wow, then you got it. So, burning desire to succeed, willing to learn. And the third ingredient you need is willing to roll your sleeves up and go to work. Go to work. Yeah. So those are the three things you need. But what's important is your why. Why did you join Orem? What was it? And don't tell me, I want more money. No, you don't. No, you don't. What do you want more money? It's what you want the more money for is what's important. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to give every one of you tonight $1 million. Okay, just imagine I've given you this imaginary check for $1 million. Now you got to ask yourself, what are you going to do with that $1 million? And that'll tell you why you're in the business. Not, I want more money. Yes, everybody wants more money, but it's what can you do with the money? If I give most people $1 million, in 3 years, they've all lost it. Most of them have lost it because they don't know how to handle money. They don't know how to use money. Money's good, money's bad. Money in the wrong hands is dangerous. You don't understand money. So you've got to learn, what would you do with the money? So take that $1 million tonight, not now, but later. Write it out on your thing, $1 million, pay your name, $1 million. And then under that check that you've written, you need to write down, how would you use that $1 million to its best effect? Okay, how would you use that to its best effect? And when you start saying, okay, I have $1 million to spend here, well, the first thing I would do is pay off the mortgage. Well, that might be a very stupid idea. Because the mortgage is choking you now, paying the rent or paying the mortgage. But if you paid it off, you wouldn't be choked anymore. But you're going to fall into another problem later, because maybe the mortgage payments and the interest payments are very, very little. It's good money. And maybe that $1 million would be better spent elsewhere. Like if you put $1 million into one of these bots, in 4 months, it'd be worth $2 million. But the first thing you say is, oh, go on a holiday. Oh, add on the kitchen. Oh, buy a second home. Oh, yeah. So it's really, really important to drill down into why you're in this business. Not how does it work. That's irrelevant. What's very interesting is why. And then we can help you get what you want. We can help you with your why. So I'd say the first thing you need to do is make something. Make a what? Make a list. Somebody said no. No. Make a plan. No, not in this first one. The first steps to success is make a decision. Are you in or you out? Are you half in or half out? Are you going to one Zoom a day or no Zooms a day? Are you making excuses, having time to go to Zooms? Oh, I was on that Zoom last week. You see, these webinars, these Zooms, not this one, this is training, but the standard ones are the shop window to your business. They're the shop window to your business. If you don't have people in front of the information, how are they ever going to join your business? You should be writing that down. This is one of the most prolific things that I learned. You go into Harrods and you see the big Christmas thing they do with all them windows and people from all around the world looking in. But any shop window, you look and you go, wow, I like that. I'm going to try that on. I like that shirt, or I like those shoes, or I like whatever's in the shop window. The shop window is what draws the customer into the shop. Now, the Zoom might draw a customer into your business, and they may not buy anything. Have you ever gone into a shop and not bought anything? Of course you have. Lots of times you go in and try it on. No, I don't like it. No, it doesn't suit me. No, I don't like the feel of it. And you've got to understand that this business is the same. People will come, look around, toss it over, turn it around and not buy. That's fine. You've got to understand that that's fine. And think of yourself as a shopkeeper. Think of yourself as opening a new business. And what did it cost you to open that shop? It cost you $250,000. What did you have to do? You had to go and see the planning council to see, can you get planning for your shop? You had to go and speak to the landlord for planning, for permission. You had to get a lease. You had to speak to a solicitor or a lawyer. You had to go to the council and get a permit. You had to go to a supplier and get the stock. You had to go and get a fitter to change the shop around and decorate it. Yeah. You had to go and see somebody that did a cash register to put in the shop. You had to go and interview staff. You had to go to the bank and get a loan. So how long did it take you to open your shop? 6 months? And what did you spend? $250,000? And how much have you made in those 6 months? Nothing. And that's why this business is far superior, because it costs $20. No staff, no wages, no insurance, no rent, no rates, no product development, no shipping, no deliveries. And that's what people miss. They don't treat it like a $250,000 business. They treat it like a $20 business. And if it doesn't work for them, it was only $20. But if it had been a $250,000, you would have worked at it 6 months to get the door open. And when you open the doors of your nice shop, tell me what happened. First customer, 9 o'clock in the morning, walked past your shop and looked in and went, oh, there's a new shop, and walked on. And the next 2 customers came past. The lady who had a pram and a child, and the 2 of them looked in at your brand new shop and, oh, there's a new shop in town, huh? And they walked on past. That's rejection. The first 3 people said no to you. And that's what you got to learn. It's all right to get a no. It's how do you handle the no? How do you handle the rejection? How do you get the mindset right for this business? So you got to make a decision. You're in and you're going to do it. And you're going to learn and you're going to do what it takes. And you're going to build that burning desire to succeed. And you're going to build that appetite that you're willing to learn. And you're going to build that ability to work. You're going to work at it and work at it. And work at it is not sitting here with me now. This is not work. Sure, you're just sitting there doing nothing. I'm doing the work if anybody's doing the work. This is not part of the work. The work is talking to people. The work is inviting to the Zooms. You see, you need people in front of the shop window. So you've got to get this funnel of people right in front of the information as much as you can. And here's who the biggest winners are. The person that can get the most affiliates with the most people on the Zooms watching, that's the shop window. They're going to build the biggest ranks. They're going to build the biggest teams. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So if you want to be one of the big earners, if you want to be one of the big builders, you got to push for the rank. You've got to get your teams working. You got to get all that education, all that knowledge put into your teams, and get them committed. Commitment is a big thing. Committed. Make a decision. Right. I'm going to do this for 12 months. That's what I said to my wife, Louise. I said, I'm going to do this for 12 months. Let's see what happens. This was on the 10th of April this year. Okay, I'm going to work hard at this. I'm going to work hard for 12 months. Like most people work hard for 40 years. 40 years to do what? Put your feet up and watch television. In 40 years, you're not fit to do what you want to do. So what you should do is work hard for 40 weeks and then retire. This industry can retire you in 40 weeks. You can become a millionaire in this business in 40 weeks. And I'm going to prove that. If you want to prove it, grab hold of my shirt and let's go. But I'll tell you this, if you're going to do 6 Zooms a day, I'll do 7. If you're going to do 7 Zooms a day, I will do 8. Because I have a passion, I have a built-in burning desire to succeed. You see, I didn't start as a Nova like all of you. I started as an Alpha. And many of you don't even know what Alpha is. Many of you don't know what it takes to get Alpha. Many of you don't know that need the right requirements for Alpha. But you started Alpha. Yeah? and you work your way back. What does it take to get alpha? Yeah. What does it take to get Archean? What does it take to get legend? What does it take to get mythos? What does it take to get prime? What does it take to get elite? What does it take? You work your way back. So you start at the top of the plan and work your way back and say, okay, I've already been to the top. I just need time to get me there. I know what it takes. Yeah. When you're building a house, what do you start with? A blueprint, an architect's plan. You see the final vision, don't you? This is what I want. This is what it looks like. This is the material I'm using. This is the colors. This is the windows. This is the roof. This is the peaks. This is the chimneys. This is the lighting. This is the living room. This is the kitchen. This is the dining room. This is the den. This is the music room. This is the gymnasium. This is the swimming pool. Do you have a swimming pool in your house? If not, why not? You design it before you start, and then you go to build. And days like today could be the very first day in the business, even though you're here a week, even though you joined yesterday, even though you joined 2 months ago, even though you joined 7 months ago. Today is the first day in the business. Because that's what you need to keep. You need to keep that first day thought. How did you feel the first time you heard about this? Wow, Brian Benson. Oh my goodness, 10% a month. Oh, woo. Do you remember that feeling? You've got to wake up every morning with that oomph, with that feeling, with that love, with that power. And you've got to have that appetite all the time. Think of tomorrow, as it's your first day. So make a decision, then make a plan. And you got to make a plan for the next 2 months, because we've only got 2 months left, guys. Where can you be by Christmas? Can you all be Oracle by Christmas? Absolutely. There's no reason why anybody on this call or anybody that joins this month cannot be Oracle by the end of the year. That's very, very, very doable. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. That's the good thing. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. Do you believe that? Last week, Leo Shea hit Mythos. This week, $6,250,000 of volume inside the EXI bot. When did he start? 6 months ago. Mythos in 6 months. So how long do you think it took him to get to Oracle? Did he do it inside 2? Absolutely. If he can do it, you can do it. Why? Because Brian Benson is the same Brian Benson it is for Lee as it is for you. Ahmed Zen is the same Ahmed Zen for Lee as it is for you. The products that Lee can use are the exact same ones that you can use. There's no difference. The compensation plan that Lee uses is the exact same for you as it is for him. And Lee has 24 hours a day, and you have 24 hours in a day. So it's how you use those 24 hours, and everybody's equal. So if somebody else can do it, I believe you can do it. So what's your plan for 2025? Have you made it up? That's why you need this thing. Because you've got 8 months at the front of one. Go and buy one tomorrow and start getting it filled up. Fill up. If you say to me, I'm not making much money, I say, show me your appointments. Show me your appointments. I'll show you my appointments. I'll show you my appointments. 11 a.m. Norway. 1 p.m. Larry. 12 noon, Malaysia. 3 p.m. United States. 4 p.m. CEO call. That must have been Wednesday. 8 p.m. Zoom. The next day, 11 a.m. Norway again. 12 a.m. 12 noon, Northern Ireland. 5 p.m. Dino and LL. 6 p.m. Danny and BB. That's Brian Benson. 8 p.m. Zoom. 9 p.m. Zoom. 10 p.m. Zoom with Robert. There's that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Zooms. That was my second busiest day since I started on Tuesday the 28th. Next day, 11 a.m., Norway. You see a pattern? So, second, Robert's on the call. Robert, how are you? Some of the names I don't want to read out because it's private. They haven't joined yet. They're guests of other distributors that were doing 1-to-1s, 2-to-1s, 3-to-1s. Sometimes I have to do translation. So I did the translation into Slovakia, Slovenia, and Croatia last Saturday. And we did it in an hour and 10 minutes. That's the full translation. So I spoke one sentence, and Stan, the lady, she's Stanislava, I think her name is, she did the translation. I said another line, she did another one, and we had to translate. So some of my Zooms take twice as long as a standard Zoom, but that's my commitment to the business. So you've got to plan, what can you do in the next 8 weeks? Yeah. What can you do in 2026? What can you do in 2027? Take something action. What action do we need to take? Massive action? Yeah, you always hear massive action equals massive results. So what? Doesn't. Massive action equals massive results. You watch massive action TV and you get massive results. You watch massive action social media and you get massive results. You got to take the correct action, the proper action. You see, some people are saying the wrong thing and some people are saying nothing. Write that down. Some people are saying the wrong thing and some people are saying nothing. And the ones that are saying nothing aren't making any money. So you got to learn what to say. Write it down. I need to learn what to say. You got to take the correct action. I always use the golfer analogy. So I hit the golf ball and the flag's right in front of me. And the ball goes way over to the left-hand side. So I set another ball down, I hit it, and it goes to the left. And I set down another one. I keep doing that all day, next day, keeps going left, keeps going left. Massive action, massive action. I'm on the golf course for 3 hours a day. Bang, bang, left, left, left. The flag straight in front of me. It's not the correct action. It's massive action, but it's wrong. You get it? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Answer. You need a coach. You need a mentor. I need to go to the golf shop and say, is there a pro golfer here? I want to book a lesson on Wednesday. Yeah, let's put you down for an hour. When I go out with a pro golfer, what's he going to say? He's going to say, put a ball down, hit it. Bang, left again. Called a perfect left hook. A perfect left. Practice makes permanent. Permanently wrong. It's permanently wrong. Practice doesn't make perfect. That's a perfect left hook. I don't want a left hook. Perfect practice makes perfect. So he says, hit the ball, and goes way to the left. He says, listen, let me see how you're holding the club. Hold on a second. Your grip's wrong, for starters. Drop your shoulder. Yeah, you got to line your feet up with a flag. Bend your knees. Take it back slow, just a half cut. You got the wrong club. You're using a sand wedge on the tee. Oh, for goodness sake, don't use a sand wedge on the tee. That's for the bunkers. You're using a putter off the tee. That's for the greens. So you got to take the correct action and learn what works and duplicate what works. And you got to persist until you get it right. And I'm not saying, even if you've got it wrong to date, that can change. When you were a child, you get up and you fell, and you get up and you fell, and you get up and you fell. And how many times did you do that? Until mom and dad got excited that little Dino started to take his first 3 steps. Boom, boom, boom. He didn't fall. He did it again. He did it again. Now he can walk, but it took you a year to walk. It took you a year to talk. It took you 7 months to learn mama. It took you 8 months to learn dada. So don't expect to learn this business, this industry in one session. Got it? What I think you should do is you should build your rank, build towards rank always. Select the rank that you're aiming for, build towards that rank. And just before you get there, you need to be aiming for the next one. Okay. Don't wait till that one's complete and then aim for the next one. Just before you get there, you've got to look. It's like on the golf course. You got to look where you're going after that. You go off to the left, you go off to the right to get to your next destination. Same here. So there's a number of things. I could do a whole hour on this one slide, guys. I could do an hour on every slide, actually. But on this slide, goal setting is so important. It's the first step of turning the invisible into the visible. What you don't have to what you do have. So if you want that nice car, you don't have it. So we want to turn that invisible thing that you don't have into the physical thing that you do have. It's now visible. And that is very, very possible. If you do an hour session with me on goal setting, I'll show you how to do that. I can show you how to materialize any car you want inside 3 months. That's just too long to spend time on this slide, but I have a whole session just on goal setting. But anyway, what you need to do is you need to look at your current way of life, your current career. Some of you are retired, some of you are students, some of you are unemployed, some of you are employed, some of you own businesses, some of you don't. I don't know what it is, but you've got to look at your own career and say, right, am I happy where I'm at? How long am I going to do this before I can put the feet up? Is this the right business? Why am I in this business? Not this one, but the business outside of Forum. Why am I in this job? Why am I in this career? You've got to learn, yeah? So, because it's very important to examine how you feel about where you are in your life. I remember, when you were a kid, what did you want to be? Oh, I want to be a policeman. Oh, I want to be a cowboy. Oh, I want to be a fireman. Oh, I want to be an army man. All the things you used to think about. And then later on, you want to be the sportsman. You want to be the rock star. You want to be the, all of these dreams you had when you were younger. What actually did you become? I bet you it wasn't what you set out. Even when you left school, you're probably not at the same kind of business. You've probably jumped around careers, jumped around jobs. And I don't know if you're in the right one now, but you've got to examine your career. Because when you know where you are with that, that'll tune you into this a whole lot more. Like if this business was able to allow you to sack your boss, would that be good? If you could make, let's say, $1 million in the next 12 months, would that be good enough to go to the boss and say, listen, I've enjoyed working with you. I'm just run out of time now. I can't work anymore for you, man. I'm handing my notice. Oh, no, I'd like you to stay. No, I'd just like to hand in my notice. I'm going to retire now. How do you feel about that? That you can start enjoying life, because that's what I'm saying. If you've some goals to achieve, if you haven't been around the world to see the wonderful world that we've been given, if you haven't been around all the national parks, if you haven't been around all the beautiful beaches of the world, if you haven't been on the best mountains in the world, if you haven't seen the 7 wonders of the world, you need to create a bucket list and say, okay, this year I'm going to do 1 of those. And next year I'm going to do 3. And I'm going to work towards that and knock that off what you're going to do. But most people can't do that for 2 reasons. They don't have the time or the money. Oh, I can't because I've work. Oh, I can't go on that cruise. I've got work. Oh, no, it'll be next July before I'm off. Oh, no, we get 2 days. What? Your life is controlled by somebody else or by you. So this industry, this business can give you control and freedom of your life. And you can make some very tasty decisions if you do the work, if you build what you want to do. So career is a very important thing to look at, to decide, you know what? I'm going to give this my best for the next 12 months. I'm going to make sure this does what he says. I'm going to make sure this business could retire me, or this business could give me a better choice in life, or this business could clear my mortgage, or this business could give my kids the best education, or this business I could give the money to charity. Would you like to give 100,000 to your favorite charity? Just go up to them and say, listen, I've been quite miserable. Every time I see you, yes, I throw you €2, £2, $2. Yeah, but $5 sometimes, but I'd really like to give you 100,000. What? Yeah, I'd like to give you 100,000. There you go. Thank you very much. And I want this to go to its best usage. How good would you feel by giving away 100,000? You see, you've got to make 100,000 feel like $2 or $10. And you need to go up the careers to get to a wealth capacity that it means very little, 100,000 to give it away. And imagine you could do that every year, 100,000, 100,000. Imagine in 3 years from now, you could nominate 2 charities, and 100,000 that charity and 100,000. How would that feel? How would you feel about that? How would you like to be remembered for setting up that house for the homeless, or setting up that special shelter for animals, or whatever it is you're passionate about. So you need to look at your career and what this business can do to improving your career. You need to look at family. Is the family tight? Oh no, my son's in Australia and I've got a daughter in Canada. And well, why are they there? Because they want to go away and see the big world. And why are you not with them? Well, we have to live here. Life's about choices, and this business can give you choices. Yeah, you could go and get that house next door to your kids, or a block away. At least you can see them and the grandchildren regularly. Oh, we're going to see them at Christmas. Oh, we'll see them next summer. No, live life in your terms. Yeah. Relationships. Is your relationships under stress? Lack of money creates stress, problems, arguments in the house. Yeah. So have a look at the relationship. How could this business improve my relationships with my kids, with my family, with my parents, with my whoever it is? Travel. I've covered that. Have you been around the world? Why not? If not, why not? Just take the biggest list of goals you can think about around travel and just do one this year and one next year, 3 next year. Yeah. You said, well, I can't get off work. Yes, you can. Make yourself a couple $100,000 in the next 3 or 4 months. And then you can take off work, live life in your terms, travel in your terms. Health, very important. Very, very important. Do you look at the price of the food, or do you look at the menu itself? Do you look at the quality of the food? Are you eating the best kind of food? That's our problem, eating processed food. Could you bring a chef into the house twice a week to create the best food for you? Can you alter your food? Are you just buying in those cheap places because that's what you've been doing all and all again? Think about health. Are you getting enough exercise? Are you stuck behind a wheel of a car? Are you stuck at a desk all day? You're not healthy. Think about health and what this business could do. If you were earning this, would that improve your health? Could you go and get some treatments? Could you go and have a healthier life? Charity, I've covered it. Business. Many of you have always wanted a business, but here's a business for $20. Please don't treat it like a $20 business. Treat it like $250,000 and do something about it. And savings and financial. Most of you, unfortunately, if the money stopped tonight from your job, from your business, from whatever it is you do, from the government, whatever it is, if the money stopped tonight, be honest, how long can you survive? Think about that. If the money stopped coming, what do you mean the money? Yeah, the pension stops, the money stops, the government money stops, the job money stops. If the money stops coming into the household, how long can you survive? Most people can't get past the 3rd month. They have no more money, no savings, nothing. So, other than Orem, what financial strategy have you in place to increase your wealth in 2026? So this is something, the things I could spend an hour on this slide, but I need to keep moving here, guys. But very, very, very important to go back and drill into this. Registration, that's where we start.
Hello. Welcome to the Orem user manual. Today we will show you how to register your account to start investing with Orem. First of all, input your email address. Secondly, input your phone number. Then, create a password. It should meet the requirements listed below the field. Last but not least, enter your invite code. Press the continue button. You just finished your first step of registration. Now, input your first and last name and choose a username. After that, input your date of birth. Select your country. Be sure to check the terms of use checkbox. Almost there. Press the sign up button. Now, check your inbox. You should get a message from Orem with the code needed for email verification. Enter the code, press the confirm button, and congratulations. Your account has been successfully created. Thank you for your time.
Here's the sad news. 7 out of 10 distributors don't have that video stored in their notes to copy and paste to a new customer registering. They don't know where it is. They saw it before, but they don't have it. It's like somebody coming into the shop and saying, can I have change of $20, and you don't have the change in your till. You're not prepared for business. Can you wrap this for me? No, I'm sorry. I've no sellotape. I can't wrap your product. It's like being unprepared for your business. You need to know where these things are, how to have them in the, here's my link. Here's how video, how to get started. You've got to have all of those things ready to go. Now, the products, we have a mountain of products. The only products I talk about is the EXI bot. I talk about the EXI Pro, the Aurum Neobank, the Zeus bot, and I also talk about the card. Now, you've got to get familiar with all of these products. But if you're new to the business, I suggest you just do the EXI bot for starters. Probably for a week or more is enough to get familiar with that. Do a withdrawal, understand how to reinvest, not reinvest, get quite familiar how to find that product. So when you onboard a customer, you're not left, well, I don't know what to do next. Yeah, well, learn what to do next. After you've registered, we need to fund your account. You got to show them how to fund an account. If you don't know, where do I get cryptocurrency? Do you know where to get cryptocurrency? How do you onboard a customer? One of the most important things in the business, because I can tell you half the people that said yes to this, their account's not funded. Half the people that have said yes to you, their account is not funded because they don't know how, you haven't been able to help them. So that's like somebody coming into the shop and you're not able to, they come into your shop and say, can you tell me where the knives and forks? I want to buy some knives and forks. You go, yeah, they're here somewhere. Saw them a month ago. Do you want to go and have a look yourself? No, you've got to say, down to the bottom of the aisle, take a right, and you'll find them right on the corner, bottom shelf. You've got to know where everything is in your business. Once you've got the EXI bot mastered, then I suggest you go and try the EXI Pro. That's a sister bot. Once you've that done, try the Zeus bot with a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum. Try those other bots. Why? Because with you having experience, you'll be able to share that with others. If you don't have experience, you're not going to share it with others. And then the card. You probably don't need the card to the third week. So week 1, EXI bot. Week 2, the Pro and maybe the Zeus. Week 3, the card. That's my strategy. You work out your own. Now, there's other products coming up too. We're going to have to learn about these point of sale terminals. We're going to have to learn about the Google Pay and apps that are coming out soon. We're going to have to learn about the ATM machine. We're going to have to learn about the staking product on the exchange. That's all coming up very, very soon. This is going to be a great product, guys, where you get between 17 and 20% a year. And some people say, that's not very good. Yes, that's very, very good. That's better than having a property. 17 to 20% a year yield? You don't get that in property. You might get 10% a year. You know what 10% a year? Let's say you buy a property for $500,000. Do you know how much 10% a year is? It's renting that out for $50,000 a year. Can you rent a $500,000 home for $50,000 a year? That's 10%. This is 17 to 20% without a mortgage, without rent, and you can put in a little piece of Bitcoin or Ethereum. You stake it on the exchange and you can withdraw it anytime you want. No lock on. This is going to be a fabulous product for the masses. Now, of course, the trading bots are better because we can get this in a month. But for the masses that don't understand that don't want to trade, we also have a product because we want all of our customers saying, yes, good advice. Don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. I've told you, my diary's full. I'm doing 4 days a week and a Sunday evening. That's my commitment. I'm not going to do 7 days a week. But you got to make your commitment, right? Don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. No, it takes work. It takes skill. You've got to work on yourself more than you do on other people before this is going to be easy for you. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We can't predict the future. Can you tell me what price Bitcoin will be in 3 months from now? Not a chance. Nobody in the world can. So past performance is not. Keep yourself right. Tell the people, listen, I don't know what's going in the future, but this is what I can see now. Yeah. Cryptocurrency can be very volatile, but that's why these guys make money. In a market that's just flat, there is no room to make much profit. Like, yeah, forex is quite difficult because there's very little movement. The dollar against the euro or the euro against the pound, it's always within a range. There's not very spikes like the cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency spikes allows these bots, allows these traders to find entry and exit points. Means when the coin's going up, they make money. When the coin's going down, they're also making money. You need that volatility. And always seek professional advice, regardless of what business you're in. So we need to teach our team to use these statements. Yeah, it's great advice to give people. Now, we cover this in our presentation, but the reason I want to bring this up again is because I think you need to start looking at your own account. Because if you've got a $100 account, guess what your people will have? $100 account. If you have a $500 account, your people will have a 500 because that's what they're going to say. What did you do? Well, I just tried it with 100. Okay, that seems all right. I'll try it with 100 too. The more you can stretch yourself, the better you'll be able to stretch your customers because they'll do what you do. Yeah, they're in your peer group. That's why they're your customer. You know them, friends, family, co-workers, associates. They know you. You're in the same peer group. But you've got to be able to sell up to the big guys that have the money as well. Some people I show this to, they laugh at me. $382 in 5 months. Doesn't seem like much of a business unless you're able to make it relative. And how I made it relative was create this slide, because when you take the profit of $382 and put it over $500, the profit is 76%. Then I can say to the big guy, if you bought a property at $100,000 on the 17th of April and you sold it on the 17th of September for $176,000, did you do good business? And they went, yep. This is the same, only with $500. 76% in 5 months is sensational. Then you can show an account like this. 10,000 became 12, became 15, became 17, became double the money in 4 months. You cannot use that statement unless you've done it. And there's so many variables. Like, does your customer have the reinvestment button on? Yeah. Or did they start with it off and then turn it on, or did they turn it off and on? So they're going to get different results. But I know this account is accurate. The 10,000 on the 10th of April became 20,392 on the 10th of August. May, June, July, August, 4 months, this account doubled. Now you say to the real estate guy, how much did you buy in real estate? You bought $1 million worth of real estate and you made 100,000. $1 million in here would make you $1 million in 4 months. The same account, the 10,000 is sitting at 31,000. So it went from 20,000 to 31,000 in 2 months. The $500 account sitting at 882. This one here, 882, is now over $1,000. There's it there. Double in 6 months. So you've got to create your own story. You've got to start taking data of your own account to be able to show it. A little bit about the ZooSpot. This is where you get the card, fantastic product, but this is where you can try some of the other trading bots. And a lot of people understand this one. We're going to probably have to do a separate training on this because, again, it would take too long in this format of training. But over here on Telegram, it's decentralized, and you can trade up to 6 different pairs. USDT against Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Pepe, and Doge. If you can't repeat that, you don't know your business. If you can't repeat just what I said, you don't know your business. You don't know all your products. And that's why I say week 1, EXI, week 2, get in here and start learning some about this. Week 3, start learning about the card. Build that repertoire of knowledge. If you want to go build your business, you got to know your products to find the customers, because some customers will want this and not that. Some customers will want this and not those two. Some customers will want all of it. But if you're only sharing one product and it doesn't suit the customer, you've lost an opportunity. Because some customer might come in from the card and 3 months later, they take the other products. Okay, that's upselling your customers to other products. This account here, we know this one. It started with 0.7 Bitcoin. So somebody asked me today, what percentage are you getting in Bitcoin? I said, don't know. Don't know the percentage. But I know that 0.7 Bitcoin went to 0.81, 0.82, 0.84, 0.88, 0.91, 0.93, 0.99, 1 Bitcoin in 5 months. In less than 5 months, this account made 0.3. So you divide 0.3 into 5 months, you get 5 or 6% a month. Very good. Compounded. 0.7 compounded over 4 or 5 months made $35,000. No customers. $35,000 for this customer with no other customers. This is your money working for you. That's what I said at the start. There's only 2 ways to make money. Your money works for you or other people. If you don't have the money, then it has to be the other route. Like Tesla, use other people. Microsoft, use other people. Apple, use other people. There's nothing wrong with you using other people when the right thing. You're giving them the same opportunity that you have. It's an equal opportunity here. We only do 2 things, guys. Anybody know what it is? We only do 2 things to be successful here. We find customers and we find customer gatherers. That's it. We find customers ourselves, and then we find customer gatherers. Some of our customers will become customer gatherers. What is a customer gatherer? It's a partner, an affiliate, somebody that gathers customers. What do? We only do two things. Why are you successful? Because I do these two things very well. I find customers and I find customer gatherers. All right. Very simple business. Where do you look for these customers? Anywhere, everywhere. Anywhere, everywhere. Anything that moves, anything that breathes over the age of 18, I would say, is a potential customer. People want what you have, but they don't know what you have because you haven't told them, or you've told them wrong. You've either said nothing or you've said the wrong thing. You've got to learn what to say the right thing. And it might take practice. You could go to your first 4 customers and mess that one up, mess that one up, mess that one up, and fall out with that one because you said it all wrong. You had the wrong attitude, you had the wrong phraseology, you were trying to sell them. You've got to learn how to tweak that. It's a skill. And maybe you get it right on the 5th go. And you try it on the 6th, and it's right again. You try it on the 7th, it's right again. Then you change it, and it goes wrong. You, oh, sugar, I need to get back. Find what works. Yeah. If you can't explain it, don't. Use the phraseology. If I send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? What's it about? It's about making more money in 2026 than you've made in 2024 and 2025 combined. What? What's it about? It's about making more money in 2026 than you've made in 2024 and 2025 combined. How does that work? If I send you a link to the information, would you look at it? Did I mention Brian Benson? Did I mention AI? Did I mention? No. You see, people want more money. Richard Branson wants more money. Alan Sugar wants more money. Bill Gates wants more money. The charity wants more money. Your next door neighbor wants more money. Your best friend wants more money. You want more money. What's our product? More money. Our product is not AI robots. Our product is more money. Simple. Give people what they want, not what they don't want. Would you be interested in an AI cryptocurrency? It's a robotic technology today, Brian Benson, blah, blah, blah. Why are you talking stupid to me? You didn't talk to me like that yesterday. Now you're talking all funny about some business. Go up to them and ask them a third-party question. Who do you know wants to make more money? Who do you know wants to make more money? Who do I know? Everybody. Like who? A brother-in-law of mine. Why does he want to make more money? Well, he kind of lost his job about a week ago, and he's pretty stuck, and he's got mortgage. So he wants to make. Who else wants to make more money? My uncle, Mark. My uncle. What? Why? Well, he's a lorry driver, and he hurt his leg, and he's not making money now. Who else wants to make more money? Me. You. You want to make more money. I wasn't thinking of you, but since you mentioned it, if I send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, send me the link. They should be on the Zoom. And I'll explain it instead of you. Does that make sense? Very, very simple. Learn what to say. Come familiar with it. How do you find new customers? Right. You make a list. That's why you need this. Oh, show me your list. Oh, I've got 4,000 names in my phone. Have you? How many did you call today about Orem? None. So what good's that list? The thing is to take every number off your phone and write it in the book. Write it down until your finger gets sore here, right? There'll be a wee dent in it with a pen, and it'll be very sore. And you'll do that, and you go, oh. After about 60 names, come back, get a cup of tea, and come back and do another 60. And write out a list of 2,000 or 3,000 people. Because the list is the fuel to put the people in front of what? In front of the shop window. Where's the shop window? Zoom. So once you get the list, you make the invitation, you get them on the Zoom, you follow up, you sign them up. Now, my kids are doing something different. This is my eldest son. Some of you know my youngest son, but this is my eldest son, and this is what he's doing. Listen to what he says.
People fail at affiliate marketing because they promote products they don't believe in. My product is crypto AI trading, and this is why it's different. Since the day I joined, I've been paid every single day with small but consistent profits. That's proof the product works. The system is affiliate marketing. When I share this proven product with others, I earn commissions. So I'm building 2 income streams. 1, daily profits from trading. 2, affiliate commissions from sharing the system and the product that I believe in. And it's not just me. There's hundreds of people already signed up to this program. My friends, my family, my brothers, my sisters, they're all earning profits daily and earning commissions from referring that system to everyone else as well. Look, I'm just a normal dad documenting this whole journey, the wins, the losses, the mistakes, so that you can benefit and maybe see some potential in this opportunity. If you want to see how this works exactly, comment masterclass in the comments and I'll share the free training and how this system is broken down. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Or the other son goes, you. Cheers. So these kids are good at these TikTok, WhatsApp, whatever you call that nonsense. What's that other thing called? Instagram. I don't have any of those things. So I do it the old style way. I pick up the phone, I make an invitation, I follow up, I get them on the Zoom, and off we go. I do it that way. But the kids are doing these type of things, and they're doing very, very well. Here's another video he did today.
What if I told you there's a method out there that everyday people are using to escape their 9-to-5 and build a real online income? A method built in the same exact industries that billionaires like Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos are pouring billions into: AI and crypto. And better yet, there's a way for you to plug into that exact same method without getting clients, without having to find a product or creating a product, and without learning how to trade. I get it, it probably sounds too good to be true, so let me tell you a few stories of people using this exact same system. I personally made $12,000 in my first month, Paul earned $300K in 16 weeks, and Dylan, 23 years old, made $17K in his first month. And over 18,000 people worldwide are profiting using this exact same system. These are real people with real results, and I'll show you exactly how to plug into this system in the free masterclass. Now, I personally wanted something really simple, something that I could plug into and start seeing results straight away. And that's exactly what this system does. I literally started profiting from day one. And this is why this system is so different from everything else that you're seeing online at the minute. This system is powered by Orem. Orem is led by Brian Benson, who's a former Morgan Stanley trader and ex-Binance director who helped Binance become a unicorn in under 12 months. Orem was featured in Forbes. Visa has even partnered with Orem, where they've created a Visa card where you can actually spend your cryptocurrency in everyday life. And that's the credibility behind this system. Look, I'm not a trader. I'm not a guru. I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. I was just stuck in a 9-to-5 that I hated. And I'm tired of wasting time and money in side hustles that just don't work. But then I found Orem. I started small, got some skin in the game, started to see daily profits, started to share it with others. I started earning huge commissions. The system works because of one breakthrough product. It's an AI crypto trading system. It's automated, it's simple, and everyday people are building their wealth without learning how to trade. Inside this masterclass, I'm going to show you that exact same system where everything will be revealed. Orem's leading AI product has delivered 400% in just 2 years. That's an average of 18.5%. That's better than property. That's better than gold. What really makes this exciting is that there's 2 ways to earn. You can become a customer and use their AI products to actually build your crypto wealth and take daily profits. You can then become a partner and share that product that you believe in with others and earn commissions as well, which is brilliant. So please join me this Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time for the free masterclass. In just 60 minutes, I'll show you how to profit with AI crypto trading, how to start earning with the partner program, how to join my private community with exclusive resources, training, webinars, weekly calls to help you grow your business. And the most important, exclusive invite-only access to Orem, the platform that's powering all of this. Seats are limited to 100 people, so click below and save your spot today.
There you go. I can't do that, but he can do that. So he just produced that today himself. So they can do it a different way, but I do it my way. And I did it my way. Anyway, community building. We need to learn how to build community income. So here's what you need to do. Everybody on the call needs to be Voyager by the 15th of November. Is that done? 15th of November, Voyager? Voyager is $7,500 in total team trading sales. 7,500. One customer or lots, doesn't matter. 7,500 your Voyager. Can you do that in 15 days? There's no reason why you can't. Just do it. Just do it. Do it tomorrow, maybe. Do it tomorrow. In the next 2 days, do it. So at least you're done by the 15th of November. Write this in the present tense. I am Voyager, not I'm going to be. I am Voyager. And it happened on the 15th of November. Do you remember when that was? It was the day after the 14th. Yeah. you remember that when you went Voyager? And you've got to remember that date when you went Voyager. And then do you remember when you went Vanguard at the end of the month? Do you remember that? But I am Vanguard on the 30th of November. So there's your goals. Yeah, Voyager gang. If you aim for the rank will bring the volume, the rank will bring the income, the rank will bring the team. You got to be Dubai qualified. Do you remember when you qualified for the Dubai event? Do you remember that? Wasn't it the 10th of December? I think it was the 10th of December you qualified. So you got to plan out how to be qualified for Dubai and what the qualification means and why you want to be there. And why do I say the 10th of December? Because if you're shy $1,000 or $1,400 or $3,000 or $200, you've still got 5 days left because the qualification ends on the 15th of December. So put it in for the 10th, you're done. All right. You're Dubai qualified, you're Voyager, right? But what else can happen? You're using the EXI bot, you're using the Pro bot, you're using the Zeus bot. When did that happen? By the end of the month, you should be using all of these products. New customers and all. New customers, first week, stick with EXI. Learn how that works. And just market that. Don't market the other products. Then try the other products yourself. Then you can move your customers from 1 to 2. And then try the card. Do you remember when you got your card? Wasn't it the 15th of November? I think it was the 15th of November you ordered your Visa card. Do you remember that? Yeah? So start putting 15th of November, 30th of November, 10th of December. That's why you need a diary and look at it every day. How close am I? My goodness, nothing's happened today. Tomorrow, how close am I? Gee, nothing happened. How much you went? Nothing happened. My goodness. Thursday, I had 2 people on the Zoom, 1 joined. And this is your movement towards your goal setting and your success. These goals always pay prizes. I think anybody who qualified for these products, they didn't send out the products, they put the money in your back office, okay? So from time to time, they're always doing incentives, they're all doing promos. Very important to listen to this gentleman. Listen again.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
I listen to that 5 times a day. Why? Because I'm doing 5 Zooms a day. Why? Because I need a visionary leader. I need somebody to pull me towards that $1 million. I need someone to tell me it's possible. I need someone. Even the teacher needs a mentor. Even the teacher needs guidance. We're all learning. We're all on the same journey together. So listen to that over and over and over again. Get it into your brain. What's going to happen? I've already covered this. Half your customers haven't got their account funded. But here's the good news. Every single person that has activated their bot's making money every single day. Say that out loud. Every single person that has activated their bot is making money every single day. That's when I said, and that's why I said, you have what everybody wants. People want to make more money. This makes more money every day. All you've got to learn is how to onboard them, how to get the crypto, how to get them funded, how to get that account up and running, because they're going to be very excited. We get instant gratification, almost instant gratification. Other companies, you have to use their product for 3 months before you see it results. Here, 1 day later, you get that first result. Next day, result. Next day, result. Next day, result. People feel good. People tell more people. You have what they want. Why are they not in your business? Why are you letting people take your people? Why have you not got a list written out? Why have you not got a book to write out that list? Why are you not calling the people on that list? Why are you not inviting people? You should have 10 people invited for Monday's webinar. You should have 10 people invited for Tuesday, 10 people for Wednesday, 10 people for Thursday. There's 40 people walking past your shop window. If you don't have their names and their numbers, if you don't know what to say to them, that's not going to happen, is it? That's what you got to do. The compensation plan, sensational. Every member gets 3% of the deposits paid into the EXI bot, as long as they use what? Your referral link. If they use your referral link, you get 3%. Only condition is you need $100 trading. Who wants 3% when there's 5? Who wants 3% when there's 5 available? To get 5% on deposits, you need 7,500 in your total team. That's not just your customers, but it's theirs and theirs and theirs. Entire team. Now, what's this gray box over here at the right-hand side? What's this 3,000 mean? Okay, we don't cover this on the presentation. The 3,000 is the volume called legacy volume, and that's what the software in the back office is looking to find. It's looking for $3,000 to represent 40% of the total sale. You might not understand that. So for every dollar put into the bot, the software is looking for 40% of that dollar, which is $4. And when $3,000 is accumulated by the software, you reach Voyager. Now, I've grayed this box out because we don't need to know that. But people are asking, what's it there for? I'm basing my education on the total team sales, 7,500. Yeah. If I told you need 3,000 of legacy volume, people say, what's legacy volume? Well, it's 40% of the whole amount. How much is the whole amount? 7,500. So we don't need to go over here to this column. We can ignore that. But that's what it means. So when you see it in the back office, legacy volume, it's 40%. It's what the software is looking to upgrade you. But what we need is the full value, which is 7,500. Does that make sense? Now, if you have legacy volume and you didn't have the 7,500, how do you work it out? So let's say I said you've got 3,000 legacy volume. How much is that in total sales without looking? You multiply it by 2.5. What's 2.5 times 3? 7.5. 2 3s is 6, and half of 6 is 1.5, 7.5. $10,000 legacy volume. How much is that in real value? It's 2.5 times that, 25,000. Got it? So all we needed to work is the third column. Now, once you hit 7,500 of total sales, you get 5% on your personal customer deposits. But if one of your customers finds a customer and you don't find that customer, they're getting 3, you get the difference. You get 2% on those customers and 2% to infinity levels. But you get 5% on your own customers because there's nobody in between you. But if they bring a customer, they get 3, you get 2. You get the override. It's the differential between where you are at 5 and where your customers are at 3. You got that? Now, good news is you don't need any more trading yourself. That same $100 does you, but you get all of your money back. You put in 100 in this example, you get your 100 straight back. You're out of risk. What's this 5% over here? Well, imagine you had $100 in EXI bot and a friend of yours put a Bitcoin into Zeus. You will get 5% every day on what that customer makes in the Zeus bot with its Bitcoin, and you'll be paid in Bitcoin. What happens if one of your customers puts in 2 Ethereums and you don't have any Ethereum? You'll get 5% every day on what that Ethereum makes that customer. So you're getting 5% matching bonus on the profit of the team profit. So it's a daily matching bonus on the trading, even though you're not in the Zeus bot. All right. Now, who wants 5% when there's 7? How do you get 7%? You need $25,000 in total team trading in the EXI bot. Yeah. That gets you 7% on your personal customers. If one of your customers that you brought finds a customer, they're going to get 3%. You get 4% now. It's the difference from where you are and where your customer lands. You're getting this differential the whole way. Personal customers that you bring, they get 7%. But if one of them bring a customer, they're going to get 3. You get the difference between 7 and 3 is 4%. You got it? You got to have your own deposit move up now to 300 trading. You get a 500 cash bonus, and you get 7.5% every day on the trading profits of all your team members' profits. That could be Bitcoin, BNB, Ethereum, Pepe. All right. And if you understand what I've said, you understand the rest. The rest is just more volume. 62,500 of total team trading, put you on 9%, you get 1,000 bonus. Then you get a 2,000, then you get a 5, then you get a 10. Now, what people miss is the small print at the bottom. I put that in. What does it say? Legacy rank advancement requires team sales volume. This is the team sales volume, total team sales volume. Legacy rank this is the ranks. The advancement requires team sales volume and has certain rank structure requirements across 3 separate legs. So we want to look at that. The other thing we want to know is once we reach Oracle, we get into the shareholder bonus. The company reserve 3.175% of every trading profit. They put it in a pool. And once you reach Oracle, you start sharing in the trading profits of all of the customers in the world. Not just your customers, not just your uplines customers, but those guys over cross line, sideline, any line, upline, downline, doesn't matter. All of the trading profits, 3.175%, is set aside. And once you reach Oracle, you start getting a share in everybody's. That's why it's good to build towards Oracle. I think Oracle is the first building block of the business. Building block is Voyager. The building block is Voyager, but the first sign of leadership is hitting that rank of Oracle. And congratulations to all of you that have achieved that. Now, I want you to think about this as well. If you had 3 people that achieved Voyager, you've done 22,500 in sales. You need 25 to go Vanguard. So if you had 3 people, you can help 3 people go Voyager. The first one, it's not going to happen on the same day, is it? One's going to go, and then 2 weeks later, you get the next one, and then a month after, you get the third. But by the time you get the third one, the first one will have done more volume. So it's quite easy to say that once you have 3 Voyagers, you're more than likely qualified to go Vanguard with 25,000. So all you have to do is help 3 people. You don't have to bring the 25,000 yourself. Help 3 people go Voyager. Now, if you help 3 people go Vanguard, yeah, what's 3 times 25? It's 75. How much do you need for Vanguard Pro? 62.5. You're overqualified by helping 3 people go Vanguard. Now, these 3 people don't have to be personal introductions. They don't have to be. They could be anywhere in depth on 3 separate legs. So you might introduce somebody who introduced somebody who introduced somebody, and there's your superstar. When they go Vanguard Pro, that's that leg qualified. So if you can help 3 people go Vanguard Pro, that's 187,000. You only need 125. If you can help 3 people go Nexus, and these could be the same people that went Voyager, help them grow to Nexus, that's 375,000 of volume. You only need 250 to go Oracle. Help 3 people go Oracle anywhere in depth. That's 750,000. You only need 625 to go. So it's all about the number 3. Helping 3, helping 3, helping 3. And that's how you should rank up. Of course, when you go Elite, you get 20,000. Magnet, you get 50,000. And we had our good friend Lee get 100,000 2 or 3 days ago. He received his 100,000 instantly. He didn't have to call the company. He didn't have to ring anybody. It went straight into his wallet with a smart contract. Bang, 100,000 this week. Fantastic. And if you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, all you need to do, Lee, is do 2 more ranks. Legend, Dominion, millionaire. You could do it inside a year. And anybody who applies themselves can do this inside a year. If it took you 2 years to be a millionaire, how bad? If it took you 3 years to be a millionaire, how bad? Are you a millionaire yet in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? This can do it faster. This is a financial vehicle that can take you from where you are to where you'd like to be. That's all it is. Just like your car takes you from A to B, from the house to the shop, this takes you financially from where you are now to where you'd like to be. But you've got to apply this. You've got to apply these things I'm teaching you. You've got to use these methods and work your way towards these ranks to pull in those bonuses. Good news is, starting on the 1st of January, they're going to calculate 10% of all the volume in the ZooSpot, 10% average volume over there, will contribute to this. I want to see some people rank up big time if you're promoting those products. And you've got from now to January to build as many customers into those products, guys. There's going to be a whole lot of rank ups, guys, when that happens. Now, let's talk about the qualifications again. So you need the volume, 25,000, 62.5. Remember the volume requirement, but there's also structural requirement. To be a Nova, you can build it on 1 leg. To be a Voyager, 1 leg. You don't need your second person introduced. To be Vanguard, 1 leg. You don't need to introduce a second person yet. But if you want to go Vanguard Pro, you need to have 2 people in your team. You have to introduce your second person by the 4th rank. Yeah. Now, to go from Vanguard Pro, you need 1 person registered, and you need somebody at Vanguard. You need 1 leg to be at Vanguard. All right. So it starts with Nova, Voyager, Vanguard. To go to Vanguard Pro, you need 1 person at Vanguard, and you need 1 new person. To go Nexus, you still only need 2 people, but both have to grow to Vanguard. Not even the person you introduced, but that leg has to have a Vanguard on it. If it's not your person, theirs counts. That's good. To go to Oracle, you still only need 2 legs. Yeah, but both of those legs, somewhere on them, have got to have a Vanguard Pro. Maybe it's somebody you introduced, or maybe somebody way down here that went Vanguard Pro. But as long as there's 2 Vanguard Pros and you have the volume, the legacy volume is 100,000 there, you go Oracle. Now, to go Prime, you need 3 legs. Now you have to introduce your 3rd person. You need 2 legs to go Nexus and 1 Vanguard. Elite is only 3 legs. Magnet, you only need 3 legs. Mythos, 3 legs. Legend, 3 legs. Dominion, 3 legs. And then the top ranks, you only need 2 legs. You've already 3 built, but the top ranks is very, very interesting. Now, when you hit the Voyager rank, you start picking up these bonuses. As a Nova, you don't get this matching daily bonus. You've got to hit Voyager to get that 5%. You've got to hit Vanguard to get the 7.5%. You can get up to 30% daily matching bonuses, and that's very exciting. Let's talk about the card. I want to talk about the Infinity card in particular. There will be 4 versions available: $33, $66, and $99. These are virtual cards. The Aurum Affinity card is $249. It requires no KYC. These cards do need KYC. These ones don't. These ones have the lowest loading fees, the lowest transaction fees, the highest commissions, and the biggest limits. So if you ever wanted the best house, the best car, the best holiday, the best watch, the best card, you go for the Infinity. Let's focus on Infinity. We know it works on the ATM machines. We know it works all around the world. What you do is you go to the Zeus spot, you open up Zeus, and you order your card on Telegram, okay? You can top up the card with your bot. So you can stop your bot trading, stop trading, top up card, you press this top up, you put in how much you want, maximum, all of it, or it'll take up to 100,000, but it'll only take 10,000 at a time. It'll take 10,000, and then you put another 10,000, another 10,000. It'll hold 100,000. Don't go over 100, because then they want to know who you are. They'll want to know your passport, your utility bill. But if you keep it under 100,000 a month, there's no KYC. So you just press top up card, and then your profit from the bot can go straight on. The other thing you can do is, if you've commission from the network and you want to put that on your card, just go top up, type in the amount you want, it goes onto your card. So I want to show you how we can build a business with this. Now, we get these notifications. Does anybody know where the notifications are or how to get them? Write it down. Go to settings. Go to notifications and go across to Telegram and turn on your Telegram notifications. And Telegram will send you every information. It'll say, Tom has logged in to the site. Tom has withdrawn $40. Tom has put in $200. Tom has stopped the bot. Tom has started the bot. Tom introduced Peter. Peter started the bot. Peter did a deposit of $100. Peter took out $100. You get these notifications. So go to settings and go up there and you turn on your notifications if you want. And that's a good thing. So when you're having coffee tomorrow and your phone goes bing, oh, I just made money. What's that? I just made some money. What are you having? I'll have a chocolate muffin. Okay, thanks. Bing. Oh, gee, I just made money. What? How are you making money? Well, does your phone make you money? Your phone doesn't make you money. What are you doing with the phone if it doesn't? Does your phone cost you money? Yeah, I have to pay a bill every month. Oh, this phone's making me a fortune. How? Well, I've got this special app. You know, have you heard of Telegram? Yeah, I'm on Telegram. I've got these bots here, and it just pings me every time. Ding! Oh, there it goes again. Makes money all the time. So there's a tool that'll help you get business, because you didn't want to ask your customer. You didn't want to ask your friend with coffee, do you want to join your business? You've got to do attractive marketing, attraction marketing. Be attractive. Yeah. Bing. What's that? Oh, more money. Yeah. How do I get a phone that does that? Well, I'll show you how to get it. If I send you a link to some information, would you watch it? Yeah, I'll send you the link. What are you doing at 8 o'clock tomorrow night? Okay, could you go to a quiet place in the house, turn off all distractions? What? Yeah, turn off social media, right? You serious? Yeah, turn off social media. I want you to log in on a computer. What? Yeah, I want you to see the big screen, right? Okay. And I want you to have pen and paper. Are you serious? That's very serious. Right, okay. And then you got to remind them half an hour before. What do you call them up in half an hour before the Zoom? What do you say? Hi, Dino, how are you? Dino, did I say 7:30 or 8 for that meeting tonight? 8. Oh, I thought it said 7:30. That's dead on. Are you on time for that? Great. Okay, I'll see you there. Actually, Dino, do you mind if I give you a call once it's over? Yeah, just in case you have some question, I'll give you. Yeah, I'll give you a call once it's over. Yeah. He rambles on for about 40 minutes, something like that. But it's good. It's good. Take notes. Hey, go to a quiet place. Yeah. Yeah. Turn off all distractions. Yeah. Turn off social media. Watch it on a computer, will you? Okay, I'll call you when it's over. Bye. Did I mention Brian Benson, Binance, Morgan Stanley, Forbes magazine, AI, robots? No, I did an invitation. Anyway, you get these notifications coming in on Telegram on every transaction if you turn that on. At this point, I was qualified rank 8, and you can see below it, it says 79%. That means I get 79% of the $150. That's what it costs. It costs $249, but there's $150. Look, let's go back. It costs $249. There's $150 commission. Look over here. Referral bonus for sales is up to $150 on every $249. You got it? Right. So at rank 8, I was getting 79% of $150. But I was also getting 79% of the top-up fee. The top-up fee is 2.2%. So let me explain. My wife put on $1,000 to her card. It cost 2.2% to load your cryptocurrency from the bot into the card so you can go spend it. So my wife got $798. She put in 1,000. She got 978. Sorry. She put in $1,000. She got 978. Why? Because it costs $22 to convert and load it onto the card. But there's the top-up fee was $22 on 1,000. But look what I got. From the top-up fee, I got $1,738. Why? How much is 79% of $22, please?
79% times 22 US dollars is 17 US dollars and 38 cents.
So because I was rank 8, I get 79% of the top-up fee and 79% of the $150. How much is 79% of $150, please? So I got $118 for my wife to get a card. I got the commission, $118. And I got $70. And every time she goes shopping, I make money. Every time she gets her hair done, I make money. Every time she has a coffee with her friends, I make money. Every time she withdraws money from the ATM machine, I make money. Now, how many customers do you think would like a product like this? Very, very simple. Do you think you could find 3 customers this month that would like this card? A cryptocurrency card without any KYC. 3 customers in the whole month. Is that possible? Yes or no? What's the answer? Yes. Okay, you get 3 customers in November. Next question. If I give you $7,700, will you wait to the end of November or when will you do it? I'm going to ask you again. If I give you $7,700, the moment you put on these 3 customers, when would you do it? Yesterday. Right answer. You see, without a goal and without a reward, without an entry and an exit, you won't do it. But if I said I'll give you $7,700 if you get me 3 customers with a card, you would do it today. You would do it tomorrow, wouldn't you? Well, let's say it took you the whole month to find 3 customers. Do you think if I offered those 3 customers $7,700 to get 3 customers each, they would do it in a month? They would do it in a day. But now you've got 12 customers using the card And if those 9 people found 3 customers, you'd have 39 customers. And if those 27 found 3 customers, you'd have 81 more customers. And if the 81 people found 3 customers, you'd have 243. And if the 243 people found 3 customers each, because they were going to get 7,700 for these 3 customers, and they did it this week, let's say it took them the month of April, how many customers have you got? You've got 1,100 customers. Now, let's say we lose 10%. Let's say we lose 100 of your customers. One fell off the boat, and one got stuck in the chimney, and one was away feeding camels, and we lost 100 customers, and you ended up with 1,000 customers. Is that possible in 6 months with that model that I just shared with you? Is it possible to have 1,000 customers in 6 months from now? What's the answer? The answer is yes. How many of these customers did you find? 3. Why did you find them? Because I was giving you 7,700 one time only, wasn't I? So you found 3 customers for 7,700, didn't you? Yes, you did. And didn't they? And didn't they? Didn't they? So now you have 1,000 customers. What do you think a customer puts on a card a month to pay their bills? What would you need on your card? What would you need? Coffee tomorrow, coffee Saturday morning, groceries Friday afternoon, 200, 300. Would you spend $250 a week, 1,000 a month? Let's say it was 1,000 a month. Depends on where in the world, but let's say it was 1,000 a month. 1,000 customers spending 1,000 a month is $1 million. You've just created $1 million business with 3 customers. You got it? You've just created $1 million business with 3 customers. How much is the loading fee? Do you remember? 2.2%. So how much is the commission? $22,000. How much of it do you get? How much of the 22,000 do you get every time these people spend money? Well, it depends on your rank, doesn't it? If you're new, you get 35% of it. If you're the second rank, you get 40. If you're the third rank, if you're the 5th rank, you get 70% of it. In that example I showed you, I think I was getting 79%, but let's say you only got 70%. But there's a problem. What's the problem? Anybody work it out? These aren't all your customers. These 729 customers were introduced by these people here, not by you. So these people here get 35%. You get the difference. Now, let's say you go to rank 5 in the next 6 months. You're already Nova, so Voyager, Vanguard, Vanguard Pro, Nexus, Oracle. Nova, Voyager, Vanguard, Vanguard Pro, Nexus. Nexus is the 5th rank. If you go to Nexus in the next 6 months, by the time you build this, you're getting 70% of your own customers who take the card and are your own customers that spend it, but you're getting the difference between 35 and 70 is 35%. Let's say you're getting 35% of the 22,000. You get 7,700, which I promised you, but you don't get it once. Next month, you get it again. Next month, you get it again. Next month, you get it again. If your customer base doesn't grow, you get it again, and you get it again. Now, we do not do multi-level marketing. This is not multi-level marketing. We don't do 7 levels. We don't do 10 levels. You get paid on volume, unlimited levels. I've just brought this 6 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't stop. You get paid on these ones and 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 these ones, as long as you have an overriding rank. This is a hypothetical model, guys, but this is one way to give yourself a goal and a structure and a plan of attack to go do it and create a residual income when people go shopping, when people pay for the car parking, when people go and have a coffee, when people withdraw money from the ATM, when people order their holidays. This is a product in itself. And we don't cover this in our presentations. It's an overview. That's why I reserve this for training. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing I want to talk about is the shareholder bonus. We've touched on it. They take 3.175% from all of the trading profits of the EXI bot. Now, there's over 50 million trading. Think about that. At the moment, there's over 50 million trading. By the time you get to Oracle, do you think there's 100 million trading? They take 3.175% of the profit. That 100 million will double. The $10,000 account doubled in 4 months. That $50,000 profit will double to 100,000. 100 million. 3.175% is shared with the primes and the elites and the oracles. And our good friend Lee is now Mythos. He will share in 0.3%, 10% of it. He's sharing in 10% of all of the trading volume of all the customers worldwide, in his team, in his uplines team, in his crosslines team, in his strangers team, in Tom's team. He's part of his team. But of course, I'm sure Lee will make his way up to legend and get a bigger share and a bigger share and a bigger share. So that's something to drive for. That's something we don't cover on the Zooms. We don't cover that on the presentation. Here's Magnet got paid 3,200 bonus. All you do is click the shareholder bonus. And Mythos got 4,680 bonus just out of that share. And this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we've got a launch coming up in Dubai. It's going to launch on the 17th. This is pre-launch. The timing is perfect to get your leadership, your structures, your business. This is the time we iron out the problems. This is the time we test the bots. This is the time we test the cards. We test the exchange. We test the products. We test the network. We test the infrastructure. Didn't it go down the other day to improve the web server fees? Do you remember the way it was going slow and getting congested? And they did an upgrade. This is the time pioneers put up with the little problems and little niggly bits, but pioneers end up owning the land. Yeah, this is the time you need to build for this event. Do what it takes to get qualified here, guys, because I want to make sure I am 5,000 short of qualifying. I've already 30,000 done. I have another 5,000 to do, and I'm qualified. So go and do it. Go and do what it takes to get here. And I want to thank you. We've taken an hour and a half of your evening, an hour and a half of your day. I hope you find some benefit from what I've said. I hope you take on board that I treat my business very, very serious, very, very strongly. And I hope you treat it like a business that it cost you $250,000, not $20, $250,000, and you go treat it like that business. Okay, so with that said, I wish you every success, and we'll see you again next week. Remember, same link as now, same time as we started this, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do the presentation. Not this heavy duty stuff, but a very simple 40-minute overview. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.
How cool was that, guys? I know that was a long broadcast, but I really wanted to get that into your hands. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, if you're inside my Telegram group, is a couple of things, really. I want to, first off, I'm going to give you a link to the Zooms that they do, that HP does, as he says, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 o'clock UK time. I will stream some of them on my YouTube channel, so make sure that you're either subscribe to this YouTube channel, but get into the Telegram group so that you can get the links for those. And also, if you're inside my Telegram group and you're somewhere in my team, I want to help you become those 3 people he was talking about. I want to help you grow your business. So if you want to find out more about that as well, then make sure you join the Telegram group. If you've not already subscribed to this channel, click on that subscribe button, click the bell notification so that you get notified when we upload a new video or do another live stream like this one. Thanks very much for your time, and I really appreciate it. And let's get going. Let's build this business together. You have a great rest of your day, evening, night, depending on the part of the world you're in. And I'll speak to you soon on another broadcast. Bye now.